Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for some more Baldur's Gate 3. Now, you may recall last time I had some technical issues with a criminal investigation request. I have spoken to a friend about this who has completed the game and avoided spoilers. But I let him know about this awkward journal update. If I can find it. Obviously we're not going to do this. These two seem to be in alignment, but could be a major issue. So, Nautiloid crash region. Oh, that book. I see. There we are. We spoke to Yanis and Valeria and discovered that the crime scene below the Open Hand Temple is connected to Father Lorgan's murder. What the key unlocks, however, is still a mystery. This key was on the body of one of the doppelgangers in the cave. So my friend has informed me that the journal updates for this quest are somewhat erratic and it's not very, it's awkward and buggy and hopefully gets fixed in the future. The key was on the body of one of the doppelgangers in the cave, so I picked it up. For some reason the quest didn't update until I had Karlach leave the party and Gale join. I'm not sure about Yanis and Valeria. I don't recall meeting them in here. So that's a little awkward. I did also confirm my suspicion that I can go and find the detective, the investigator, at any time to report my findings, and they'll let me know if it's enough or not enough. Yeah, no Yanis, no Valeria. Don't know who they are or where they are, but I'm supposed to have interacted with them. So, nothing's broken. It's just buggy and awkward. And I have essentially done everything I can up to this point. At this location, at any rate. Now, there appear to be a large number of things up the road.
We would never hurt him. We had nothing to do.
This says Raphael, and seems to just indicate this area up here. This is probably an area transition, and if he's here waiting for us, we should probably go and see him. As we've done most of the other things we could do in this area. We have not investigated the circus at all. We probably should at some point. I don't feel the need to just yet. Who looks official here? The gauntlet is higher ranking than a fist.
Halt! By orders of Lord Gortash, refugees are no longer allowed in the city. Turn around.
Well, fortunately for you, we're not refugees. I have urgent business in the city. You have no idea who you're talking to. Let me through or I'll kill you. There's a great big metal thing behind her that would probably crush us if we tried that. Never mind, I'll be on my way. I'm not a refugee.
Well, do you have the means to support yourself?
Lady, I'm more concerned about what's supporting your left cheek. I don't need any money to support myself. I live off what I find in nature. I'm out of money. Is she actually asking for a bribe here? or just to prove that I have enough money to cover my expenses while I'm in the town. But it sounds like she's asking for a bribe. I can take care of myself.
Right. Article 30.1.5 of the Council's Decree on Extraordinary Wartime Measures. I am confiscating that. The city thanks you for your contribution. Your name?
I am not called Daisy Dewdrop Fluffington. My name is Jaria Vell.
Well met, citizen.
Your parasite stirs. From the construct you feel connection, resonance.
I'll remain silent. If I react to this, they'll know I can sense it.
State your business.
I'm a herbalist by trade, Sir Fist. My assistants and I were out collecting blooms for that rub rot going around. Oof, nasty business. Contagious.
Uh-huh. Eyes open, body still.
Why?
The Watcher will communicate with our new intelligence directorate. They'll determine if you're a threat to the city. Upstanding citizens have no reason to fear. And you are an upstanding citizen, aren't you?
I have a reason to fear, lady. It's the weird, freakish thing going on with your head. I'll stay still.
Behind the Watcher's gaze, a presence awakens. You are seen. You are known. Your party's prior transgressions are reflected in its stare, as witnessed by the cult's ever-alert, scrying eyes. It has heard the howls of slaughtered goblins. It has seen the deep shadows of Grimforge, and the stone floors left bloodied. It knows the cold walls of Moonrise Towers, and the cultists who fell there. The Watcher speaks directly into your mind with a voice like poisoned honey.
You are marked for special treatment. Not simply an enemy of the people, but an enemy of the Absolute. Come quietly, or die.
I knew I shouldn't have come here. Special treatment is going to be something really bad. However, if I fight here and kill the guards, a lot of refugees could just run straight into town, and it would turn into a right mess. Also, I believe I may be able to get myself out of this somehow.
Your peaceful surrender has been noted. You will be transferred to Worms Rock Prison, where you will await further sentencing.
Eat this, you pile of junk!
Villains, take
God
heed.
damn it all!
Recovery is
Now,
imminent.
bastards, or I'll have your heads!
Alright, let's just run through. And hope the gnome doesn't get killed.
Worms Crossing. This place has been a haven. When Harpers were less than welcome in the city proper.
Seems hard to imagine your efforts haven't always been appreciated.
Oh, a Harper does not go in for public acclaim. We work in shadow and secrecy. Tragically unacknowledged by the ungrateful herd.
Sounds familiar.
It's Cow.
I'm here. I won't let anything happen to you.
Look at you.
What's he up to? Some vermin. It's not rats, is it? Okay, I'd better be careful. Well, let's get this. Ah. Fyodoric? Hello?
Harass is correct.
Finest fish caught this morning. What'll it be?
Let's see what you have. Lots of fish. Got it. No, we're good for now.
Come back soon. Fresh catch every day, guaranteed.
It's covered in blood and fish guts. Now, what is Fragros Flophouse sign? So, place where people can just rent a piece of space on the floor to sleep. Oh, hello.
You look like someone whose soul needs feeding. Care to buy some art?
I'll see what you got. Lots of beautiful dyes we can use. And some paintings. If I have paintings back at camp, I should bring them here to sell. Ooh, game. I see what you're doing there. Trying to trick me.
Do come again.
Just a moment.
Birthday boy's just nervous, but don't worry. Everyone is...
What am I being directed to back here? Nimble. Who is Nimble? Probably the gnome who helped me. Would be my guess.
Caress isn't just about wetting your whistle. Dancing, dinner, drinks.
Hello, lady.
Exactly. Pleasure isn't just physical, it's a state of mind.
Doesn't make any sense.
Dear sir, it does make sense.
Oh, we're not queuing for Harass's caress. Not yet, anyway. Head on in.
Excuse me, where is it?
Do you two have rocks for brains? What were you thinking?
Why are some people so strange about Harass's caress? It's just sex.
You were literally saying that it was so much more than that a few seconds ago.
People are just walking into Harass's caress like it was any old business. No disrespect to you, of course, if you're a patron.
Now, because a previous episode in which a couple of lovely ladies had a nice little swim got age restricted, I'm just gonna that's a multiplayer setting, yeah, don't worry about that. Right. Okay, there we go, that should all be safe.
Welcome to Harass's Caress, where our libations and sensual indulgences restore even the weariest souls.
I'm going to regret entering this location, especially as everything seems to be over there instead of here.
It will when you've met the drow.
But I'm seeking an individual.
Forget your worries. Indulge yourself.
Hello.
A weary traveller, battered and bruised, you come for sustenance, no decadence. A mien cool as ice, yet eyes burning hot. Oh yes, I know your bliss. A sturdy dwarf, a leather whip. She gives, you receive. Or have I misjudged you?
I haven't heard anyone mispronounce Maine that impressively in a very long time. Can we not talk about this?
Sweeting, are you blushing? There is no shame in pleasure, even less when the pleasure is pain. It's Fionn you seek, our stern librarian. She isn't here today, alas. Your penance must wait. Well, we've other ways to fill your void. A drink for one, a pair of drow for another. Choose your sin.
Will this stern librarian of yours be back tomorrow?
Sweeting, I'm no fortune teller. If I had a crystal ball, I promise I'd already have consulted it. Truth is, Fionn's gone well missing. And my hands may be skillful, but they were not made to turn every last stone she might be hiding behind.
Interesting. Do you need help? Perhaps I can search for her for you.
To service is my calling, not to be served. Ugh. But I'd be a fool to say no. The girl kept my coffers near overflowing. 2 flights up, then turn right, and right again. That's Fionn's pleasure room, Elminster's library. Here, take the key.
Elminster's library?
Gale.
People will get their thrills in the strangest of places.
True. Let's speak of something else.
I'm listening.
No, apparently not. I'm good, thank you. Right. Could you please? Thank you. Now we can close the doors.
Very well.
Damn, Hoots! That new batch burns stronger than a pit fiend's fist.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Take it however you want. But I'll be having my usual from now on. Oh. It's Raphael's favorite misadventurer. You've put me out of pocket, you know. Raphael bet me 5 soul coins you'd reach the city in one piece. He rented a room upstairs in the hope that you'd drop by.
Now, I clicked on this dwarf because I recognised her name. In early access, there was a way to meet her in Act 1. Who are you, exactly?
Ah, I forget we've never met. I've had my eyes and ears on you so long we feel like old friends. Carilla is my name. I'm Raphael's assistant, shall we say. Take your time. Have a drink. Sample the goods. Go see him when you're feeling refreshed.
She's not giving us any information.
You're looking parched, sweetheart. Another tankard?
Hell's, darling. Another sip and I'm like to spill over. But other hankering for spicier flavours. How about you give me a taste?
Off duty, are we? I'll watch and see how people behave in this establishment.
What'd you say, doll? Have a sit on my lap. Let's see what pops up.
Darling, how you set me a quiver. You are a beast among men. No, a dragon, setting my phoenix nest aflame. I shall slake your thirst, dragon. You will part your lips and drink of my essence.
Oh, I will drink your essence.
Hoots! Order Another tankard for the fist.
And she sold him a drink.
Now, that there's a face I'd remember if I'd seen it. Welcome to Harass's caress. What can Hoots do for you, stranger? You got a taste for ale, I reckon. Or maybe... Ah, forget it. My new brew could drop you in the wink of a spectator's eye.
Possibly true. What's the story of this place?
Harass caress. The mamsel's brainchild. Wet your tongue, soak your skin, scratch your itch. Get the attention you want and avoid the attention you don't.
I see. Thank you. I've seen Valeria.
I put it on especially for you.
Which means... Disable the steel watch. Bugs near you. We found Raphael's servant Carilla on the ground floor of Harass's caress. She told us her master awaits us on the top floor, and we should go see him, find out what he wants. But if we can find any information that may help, that would be good. Follow the gnomes. A group of deep gnomes attacked a steel watcher when it scanned us, saving us. They fled. We should follow them. And looking for Theon. Now, the only other thing I want to know is... who is Yanis? Oh, hello. Oh, okay. Okay, we are doing this.
Don't take it off later. I want to give it a good rumple.
Yeah.
Come to pay your respects to the real lady of the house, I see. What a clever creature you are. It's your lucky day. I am receiving compliments at this time, and you are most welcome to make an offering.
Let's see, this is Jaheira. Why should I? Almost feels like something she'd say. Your eyes are two baleful jewels that strike fear into the most complacent of rats. That feels like the kind of compliment she would make, and the kind of compliment the cat would appreciate. Your paws are fit to overturn only the daintiest crystalware. Your glorious tail can trip an unsuspecting servant with the grace of an empress. I've got better things to do than compliment a cat so I can stroke her. Maybe I compliment her first, yes. Your eyes are two baleful jewels that strike fear into the most complacent of rats.
Oh, you are quite correct. I consider them one of my finest features. The unwashed rabble who frequent this establishment have much to learn from your deference, and I must suffer their foibles alone. But they do say a burden shared is a burden halved.
What's that shady pair over there whispering about?
Can't you hear from here? They're talking about the new top cat in the criminal underbelly. Go and listen for yourself. As for them personally, one never washes and instead douses himself with rose oil, while the other can't hold his drink.
What are your thoughts on the clientele as a whole?
That's rather a broad topic. We get all sorts here. But there is one frequent visitor whose very presence offends
Oh, this'll be good.
me. He dresses fabulously, but stinks of the hells. Something infernal, to be sure. Abhorrent.
Visits here frequently. Probably making deals. Do I want to know about who's through those fancy curtains?
The Drow, two of our most popular courtesans. A night with them seems to be rather life-changing, if you can afford it. Of course, they are siblings, but judging from the throngs of clients they draw, most of the city is as disgusting as they are.
Right.
Can't give up now.
Okay, let's try not to meddle with them. We've got a few people here. Earspoon and Borgus Alamin. What strange names. I'm going to presume that's a sort of storage area for the bar and not bugger in. I shall not intrude. Hello, ladies. Are you enjoying the... Oh, sorry, sir. Lady and gentleman. We're getting a number of non-interactable NPCs filling the city, so we can't interact with quite anyone, but a lot of people all the same.
Another case closed, another bottle open! Huzzah to Valeria! Hang on a tick. I recognize that face. You were talking to Yanis after I left the temple. I'll bet she's put you up to something.
I'm afraid so. I've found new evidence, investigator.
Why must you busybodies insist on interrupting a perfectly good night? I know that look. You remind me of Devella. Fine. If you doubt my conclusions, out with it. What have you found?
Who's Devella?
My assistant. She's posted in the lower city investigating Duke Stelmane's murder. Now, back to it. What have you found?
Wait, a duke has been murdered? That's practically a diplomatic incident. I spoke with Father Lorgan's corpse. He was killed by a dwarf dressed in red, not Brilgor.
That doesn't make sense. Why would this dwarf kill Father Lorgan? I need something more than vague allegations. I want something compelling, hard, tangible evidence, and nothing less.
A group of shape-shifting assassins were under the temple, along with more murder victims.
While that is startling, it still doesn't disprove my theory that Brilgor killed Father Lorgan, does it? That's what you need if you want to change my mind. Hard evidence. A reason, too, if you're at it. Why was Lorgan killed?
Yeah, we do need a motive here. I found the murder weapon you missed in a tunnel under the temple.
That's quite the discovery. Doesn't tell me everything, though. Why was Lorgan killed?
Could be to do with how he was helping the refugees.
Could doesn't quite cut it here, I'm afraid. I need a solid, provable motive. Come back when you've got some real evidence.
That's what I thought. We have made progress in the investigation, but it's not over with just yet.
Swift as
Now,
my feet can carry me.
does this bridge across to the... Okay. There's a lady here enjoying a nice seat. Dwarf and a hobbit having a nice chat. And stairs that go up and presumably across. Let's continue this fantastic exploration of late medieval to early Renaissance architecture with suitable overhangs. And we're outside the building. Locked double doors. Oh, okay, yeah, no, we have the key. What is this? Oh.
Devil's Den.
Perhaps we should not go in there just yet.
Moan loudly in the library at all times.
Let's close the door first. Gale.
Salutations.
Commence the investigation. Anyone caught pleasuring themselves in the library will be tethered to the bookcase of chained books. Any wizards caught examining the special collection without express permission will be commanded to read aloud to the whole library the passage they were enjoying. Anyone breaking the silence of the library will be promptly gagged and then commanded to read out loud. The butler's cane has a knob on the end. Well, that's a variation on every wizard's staff has a knob on the end. The quarter soon. Is that like the... Sorry, my mind's temporarily gone blank. I know what I'm thinking of, I just can't remember. This is that famous Hindu book on love. Or is it Muslim? I can't remember. The Overlapping Lines. This book is redolent with the enticing smell of paper and ink. Stacks of scrolls. Dimension door. Okay, we'll leave it there for now. A surgical bed. We saw enough nasty things like this in the previous area, in the House of Healing. Born to be wild.
Right away.
So, Voss is here. Wait, in the next room? Interesting. ABC, the Liches and me. Fion's journal. He's getting worse. The whispers, the night terrors, the blood. I know he's hiding something. And the others in the flophouse know it too. I've seen how they look at him. How they look at me. They're scared of him and I can't blame them. I am too. Sounds like we should be taking Astarion to the flophouse to investigate. Now, Gale, continue the investigation. Wait, so that door's just unlocked completely. Meaning there's probably no... and a ladder up to the ceiling. To a roof, rather. One night in Nashkel. where the iron mines were corrupted many years ago. Yoshimo is willing. Yoshimo was a companion character in Baldur's Gate 2. And Yoshimo is willing was a frequent phrase that he would utter. He also ended up betraying the party and being an utter scumbag. Scroll of Dark Vision. Someone likes to put the lights out. Is this a bathtub? No, it's a bathtub lined with cloth. Why is there cloth lining a wooden tub which is then filled with liquid? Strapped choker, leather ensemble. Black flare, leather outfit. Green flare, leather outfit. A minimalist leather binding get-up that clings to the skin and creaks just the slightest bit when you move. Seems restrictive, and some would consider it sensuous. Let's get out of here. Now, I want everybody outside before we close the doors and respectfully leave the place alone. Hopefully, none of that was too salacious for YouTube. Something tells me we could just hop across onto... We could. Let's not do that just yet. I'd like to see who might be here. And then I think we may get to hear the dulcet tones of Andrew Wincott once again. Oh.
Looking ahead.
Yep, Jaria's focused. It was Gale who wanted to go down and check the balcony, obviously. Now. We should have Lae'zel here with us for this.
You must hear me, devil. I will do whatever it takes. Give you anything you ask.
There is only one thing in this world that I desire. You do not have it. And you never will.
You must help me, Raphael. For the sake of my people.
Hush now, Voss. These guests may not know it yet, but they want the same thing that you do. And unlike you, they have something of value to offer in return.
Whatever you discuss with this devil, I must hear of it. Find me below in the tap room, once you're loosed from his claws.
What has happened there?
I'm glad you came. Not to my door, not yet, but to the final reckoning. One more thing before we begin, though.
Uh-oh.
For the first time since the Nautiloid, your mind is clear. It's unsettling.
Did you just cure me of the tadpole with a click of your fingers? Surely that is temporary. It's what he's wanting to offer. This would be hope. Hoping that he would be that generous. I did do him a favour ridding him of a powerful enemy. But even so, I don't think this is quite what he's up to.
Wouldn't that be exquisite? But no. I'm afraid the tadpole is still there. But I did shut out your other visitor for a while, so we can enjoy some privacy. The illithid can't hear us.
Okay. The fact that he's cut off that line of communication means he doesn't want the mind flayer to know what he's about to offer. Then speak freely. Tell me why you brought me here.
I brought you here because I'm true to my word, and I can make all of this tadpole business go away, which means you and your lovely friends can remain blessedly free of tentacles. Let us speak plain. I'll admit, you've impressed me. I wasn't sure you'd make it this far, but no matter how far you come, you're still on the road to ruin. A road that leads directly to a confrontation with the Elder Brain. At best, it will kill you and everyone else in this city. At worst, it will assimilate you, and you won't have enough free will left to even wish you were dead. You have the key to destroying it in the palm of your hand, though.
I take it you mean Orpheus.
Very perceptive. Yes. I can give you the means to break him free.
I strongly suspect that unleashing him on the city would be very, very unhealthy for its residents. Okay, I can come up with... Orpheus's guards did try to kill me. He is dangerous. However, it's worth hearing what he has to say. Go on. Let's see if we can give him enough rope to hang himself.
The Orphic Hammer. An artifact capable of shattering the chains that hold Prince Orpheus is held securely in my House of Hope, even now.
It's very convenient that you have exactly what I need.
Isn't it just? And it's even more convenient that you can give me exactly what I want in return.
And this is what we've been waiting to find out the entire time. What are you hoping to get out of all this?
Power. You free Orpheus, and in doing so save the city, the Sword Coast, perhaps the whole world, and your own precious skin too. And you give me the crown that dominates the Elder Brain.
Handing that crown to this devil will be like feeding gunpowder to a lava worm. Agree to nothing.
I'm so glad we now know what he's after. I'm tempted, but tell me why you're so eager to get hold of the crown.
I have craved it ever since the arch-wizard Carsus created it, long centuries ago, and brought doom to the Empire of Netheril. That was the great age of humanity, and Netheril's flying sky cities were the apex of civilization. I was there the day it all fell apart. Entire cities plummeted from the sky, like angels with broken wings. The screams, oh, the screams. Hundreds of thousands of people watching in horror as the ground came up to meet them. It was not a happy meeting, and Carsus was responsible. Not driven by malice, but by ambition. he forged a crown imbued with all the powers of magic. A crown that would make any who wore it a god. Men cannot contain so much power. The crown destroyed its creator, and his empire fell with him. Karsus's folly, the bards and scholars call it. I call it hope. The hope of creating a better world, and the perils of unchecked hubris. I knew then that the folly of mortals could be the triumph of devils, and that I could use that crown to unite the Nine under one Archdevil Supreme. Me.
He's being very open about this. And we have an update on Gale's personal quest. What makes you think you'd succeed in using the crown where Karsus could not?
I am no mortal, and I do not fail.
If you don't fail, how come you didn't get hold of the crown way back then? I wonder if long centuries ago was a reference to the opening chapter of The Lord of the Rings and the line long years ago.
The archdevil Mephistopheles snatched up the crown and squirreled it away in one of his vaults. He is not more than a frigid archivist. So much power and potential kept inert. He made a miracle into a museum piece. I raged. But only for a decade or so. Then I waited, ever watching for more than 1,000 years. For a mistake, a mishap, a misadventure. And these chosen, who have caused you so much trouble accidentally, did me a favor. They brought the crown back into play.
Yes, please inform me how. It must have really annoyed you that some mortals managed to steal the crown when you could not. Not necessarily, actually, because he, that way, doesn't get to be responsible and can avoid, he doesn't get punished for it being stolen. How did they come to have the crown?
Through the aid of a diabolist, somebody capable of opening a portal to the Hells. Deep in the Hells. They must have raided Mephistopheles' vault. Impressive, I must admit. But they'll be dead soon. If you don't kill them, the Elder Brain will. It doesn't have feelings in the way you'd understand them. But it seems rather angry. It is inevitable. When you destroy the brain, and you will because you must, the crown will be yours for the taking. And when that moment comes, you give the crown to me. In exchange, I give you the hammer now.
A simple transaction, it seems, but it's more than that. He's offering you an alternative to the mindflayer in your head. Take Raphael's deal and you could free Orpheus. With Orpheus free, you would have no need to rely on the Emperor. But there's no guarantee that Orpheus would be on your side. And if you take the deal, you'll have to fulfill it. You'll have to deliver the crown of Karsus to the devil himself. He claims his ambition is to unite the Hells, but can he be trusted to stop there? Do you trust him more than you trust the Emperor?
I'm not going to want to control the crown for myself. That way wickedness lies. However, the Emperor wants to turn me into a mindflayer, because it believes that will grant me the power to fight against the Elder Brain. I'd rather destroy the crown than risk it falling into the wrong hands again.
How short-sighted. Much better to put it into the right hands. Hands that will ensure it is removed from this world. And it's the only way you can ensure that you remain part of this world.
There's his temptation. He's making it about personal gain and profit. Saving the world is more important than saving myself. No deal, Raphael. I'm leaving.
I won't stop you. But time is running out. So, don't stay away for long. If you see reason, I'll be here, waiting. Right up to the moment the world ends.
And we've been teleported outside the room. Now, Gale wishes to speak to me.
We must claim the crown of Karsus for ourselves, before anyone else does.
Was that it? Seriously. I'm glad we didn't have Lae'zel there with us. However...
Need to find a way forward.
Oh.
There you are. I thought I'd lost you. Something was blocking me from hearing your thoughts.
It was Raphael.
Raphael? Well, thank you for your honesty. Of course, I should have known the devil would come sniffing. The stench of impending chaos is irresistible to them. And what did he want with you?
He wants the crown that's on the brain.
Giving a devil what he wants sounds like a brilliant idea.
No, it doesn't.
And what did he offer you in return for bringing it to him?
Now... that's between me and Raphael.
I see.
You feel the touch of the Emperor's mind peeling at the edge of yours, trying to gain access.
You're the one who's always talking about trust. If you trust me, you'll stop this right now.
That is a fair request.
You feel its presence withdrawing from the fringes of your awareness.
I shall respect your privacy on this occasion. But know that if you have jeopardized our mutual project, I will be forced to reconsider our alliance. Now come. We have an Elder Brain to destroy.
Indeed. So I'm glad we didn't have Lae'zel there with us. She would have insisted we take up his deal. in quite possibly a rather short-sighted manner without taking the consequences into consideration. We should, however, have her here with us when we see Kithrak Voss again, so let's leave him there for now.
Hey! You paid Raphael a visit. I want to hear all about it.
Oh, I bet you do.
Come here! I'm not going to start an argument. I just want to know why you turned the boss down.
Did he tell you to try and win me over with your charms?
Cheeky. We might be in a brothel, but I'm not that kind of gal. You should reconsider, though. The boss might be a devil, but he'll treat you more honestly than anyone else in the city.
What exactly is it that you do for him?
Plenty. But right now, I have one job. You. I'm talking to you openly. Mortal to mortal. And I'm begging you to sign the contract. If the brain wins, the illithid empire returns and worlds you've never even dreamed of will die. Raphael can stop it. He wants to. And he knows how. You're the key. You always have been.
I don't believe a devil cares about the fate of the world. Unless he cares about controlling that fate.
I won't pretend he's an altruist. But he's looked at the balance sheet. No world, no souls.
There
and
you
it's
are.
hard to get leverage on an illithid. They make terrible clients.
The line about considering my options is no longer here. Maybe I rejected him too hastily. Hopefully this isn't just agreeing.
You did. But that's fine. There's still time. Take your time. Have a drink. Sample the goods. Go see him when you're feeling refreshed.
We've heard that line before. Let's get out of here. I think this is a fine time for us to go back to camp. And speak to all of our companions about this.
It's your birthday. You deserve to cut loose.
The librarian does this thing.
And then I'll probably be wrapping up the episode and speaking to Grub in the next one before I forget. Oh, we know she's going to have something to say.
Raphael must be raging we didn't take his deal. Luckily, his desperation made him careless. Did you hear what he said? The hammer's in his house of hope. If we wanted, we could steal it right out from under his nose. Granted, it wouldn't be easy. Devils guard their treasure by especially lethal means.
And we don't know how to get in there. What do you suggest?
We would need to find a diabolist. One worth their salt should be able to get us into that devil's lair.
And out again.
One last trip to Avernus. At least it'd be for a good reason, right?
See? It is worth going back for you.
I'd like some time to talk.
The great devil grows sloppy. He makes his offer,
but only after telling us where to find what we seek. The Orphic Hammer. I suppose we will have to see if this House of Hope is open to visitors.
Isn't that bait, though? How are you faring without your harpers?
You think me lonely? In truth, I prefer travel in a small pack such as this. Unburdened by numbers, we're free to act, rather than react. A little like the old days. With allies, every bit as peculiar. Give or take a few tadpoles.
Yeah, look, sorry about that. It's not as if I had much choice in the matter. I'd like to hear more about those old days.
Would you? In time, then. Perhaps once you found a rocking chair for me to doze off in.
I wanted to ask you something.
Ask it.
Is it true that you've fought the dead free before?
It was Baal alone we faced in our time.
Indeed.
And, bad as that was, he had no elder brain for a lapdog then. Help won't come from the history books, or from any old tales I can spin you. This is your story to write. There. Have I fulfilled my role as your wise and wizened elder?
Oh, come, you're not that old.
I've passed enough years that counting them is a waste of what remains. Which is to say, yes, I am that old.
She's getting a bit crotchety. I see. Guess who really wants to... Well, you're not Lae'zel. But we probably should speak to her first. I'm sure she will have an opinion to share on this matter.
I expected Baldur's Gate to be insipid, stale, wholly without merit. But it's got a vicious bite to it. Delightful.
Oh? I'd like to talk about Orpheus.
What about him?
Why did Vlaakith keep Orpheus alive all those millennia ago?
The Emperor may be loathsome, but it's right. Orpheus can disrupt a gay hive mind. A talent like that makes the Prince a powerful shield and a powerful weapon. Why destroy a weapon like that, when you can contain it in a relic and keep it for yourself?
Why would Vlaakith want Orpheus dead now, if he's so valuable alive? Yeah, her wanting him dead now would surely sabotage everything and ensure the Elder Brain's victory.
A weapon is only an asset for as long as it isn't pointed at you.
Ah.
The means of Vlaakith's own end has been ripped away from her. Better to have Orpheus killed than to risk his escape. Better to risk the rise of illithids than let the Prince of the Comet deny her the godhood she craves.
That is really petty.
Very well.
This Orphic hammer could be a way to release Orpheus from his prison.
This hammer. Could it be? Yes. Yes! This is how we will free the Prince of the Comet! This is the key Voss so ardently and courageously sought. That smug Shkaketh of a devil stores it at his vaunted House of Hope. Our destination is clear. Our mission undeniable. We must find a way into the House of Hope and retrieve the hammer. When we next enter the Astral Prism, we will use it to smash Prince Orpheus out of his prison. Mother Gith, hear my promise. Your son will rise again. The Prince of the Comet will crush the Lich Queen Vlaakith and usher in the Age of Orpheus.
actually he's more likely to attack us and attack the Emperor first. Raphael's offer was quite extraordinary.
The tadpole reveals your mind to Lae'zel. She knows you refused to bargain with Raphael.
The means to loosing the Prince of the Comet was within our grasp, and you refused it. Why?
It's interesting that she speaks in certainties, with the surety of one who is used to being obeyed. She says, this will happen, not you will do this for me, or... Well, because we don't need the deal, we can take the hammer from the House of Hope. I don't trust the devil. I'm not about to let Raphael become Archdevil Supreme.
Why? Is he any worse than Asmodeus, do you suppose? The reigning serpent, he who harvests souls to fight an unwinnable blood war. Worse than Mephistopheles, the devil who slayed his own son. He whose experiments threatened to melt his own frozen throne. Your mind is made up. But there's another option. Glory be to the Comet. The devil keeps the Orphic hammer in his lair. If we can find a way in, we can take it. I'll use it to smash the Truez bonds. Yisk Githkar Tafki Crashet. The Githyanki will be free. First to Voss, then to Raphael's House of Hope. Just don't expect a lavish spread awaiting us this time.
She's a very goal-driven character. She's not a details person. She's all about the objectives. She needs help with those details, otherwise her objectives will fail.
Men, women, children, all barred from entry. A damn travesty. A decade ago, Baldur's Gate would have welcomed any and everyone seeking refuge. Who would take in these souls, if not the Jewel of Baldurin?
Baldur's Gate was a safe refuge when I left it. This must be Gortash's doing. He's wanting to create civil unrest so that when he overcomes the puppet army he has coming to attack the city, the people will accept him as their ruler and give him full control.
As long as Gortash is in charge, they'll be left shivering at the gates. All part of the plan, of course.
Well, yeah.
Step 1. Create an army and order it to march on the city. Step 2. Shut the gates in the name of security. Step 3. Bask in the applause.
No, that's step 5.
Gortash hasn't made Baldur's Gate safe. He's made it a prison. And when his army breaks through, the people will have nowhere to run. To make this city a safe haven, we'll need to bathe Gortash and his allies in their own blood.
Step 3 is have the evil army slaughter and butcher the refugees outside the city so the city folk can see just how evil they are. And then step 4 is defeat the evil army. Well, not necessarily even defeat, actually, because he...
Useful as the hammer would have been, I'm relieved we're not in the devil's debt. Once his kind has you under their thumb, they won't ever let you go.
And Astarion should know he's already been under the thumb of one wicked one. Now then.
So, no deal with Raphael. I wouldn't want to give him the satisfaction anyway.
Okay, this option here, number 6, may be a bug. We shared the beginnings of romance for a while, but we never really pursued it, did we? This generally appears if the relationship has gone sour, and it seemed to be going quite well. I may check this up. So there's apparently a bug that makes this dialogue line appear incorrectly up to a certain point in Act 3 when it shouldn't be appearing. So that, I'm not going to use that because it might not be genuine. That I can talk about later. I could talk about this to check my suspicion. Let's just leave it for now. Is there anything you two have to say on this matter?
Come to bask in the glow of the
No,
Moon
then.
Maiden's sword? Be most welcome.
Nothing new. I imagine from my review.
Keeping very well, I hope?
For now. Oh, wait a minute. This is stupid.
There is no deal with the devil that I would willingly partake in. Declining Raphael showed great wisdom.
Also great courage.
You made a good decision refusing that devil's contract. We'll speak more on this later, but suffice it to say for now, that crown is vital to our purpose here.
If the devil deals in souls, Withers also deals in souls, in a manner of speaking.
Fate spins along as it should.
Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection instead?
Where's Arabella gone?
The girl has left to hew her own path. She left you a letter.
I did.
Thou couldst read it, or thou couldst not. Such is the way of autonomy. Hast thou other business?
I read the letter. I wanted... Oh, another letter. Where are you hiding? No white dot. There, white dot. The ink is still fresh, and the letter is drawn in a characterful hand. Wait. Is this the... Hey, you! So, I owe you a lot. For one, I don't know what the inside of a snake's belly looks like. For another, you let me stay at your camp. And for another, you found out what happened to No, we have read this before. Yeah. No, we have, word for word. Interesting that he could provide us with an additional copy. I'm gonna have to sort through some of this stuff, probably off camera. Lighten the load a little. And I should... Let's see. The owlbear cub is still here. I think I'm needing to rest. Look at all these empty spell slots. A nice long rest. People may have more to speak about. But honestly, looking at the time now, it's late enough. What is going on here? Temporary hit points. Everyone appears to have temporary hit points. Why? I'm not sure. But I'm definitely feeling now is a good time to end the episode. I hope you've all enjoyed this one, and I do look forward to seeing you all in the very next one. I'm going to say goodbye for now though, and cheerio everyone. See you all soon.